Happening now, a push to clean up following a devastating factory fire in Jamestown late last year is underway, while the federal government is now getting involved. And a local school district eyes a new visitor policy as another measure to keep students safe. Plus, we're hearing from New York's governor, who's hinting at changes to bail reform during her State of the State address.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now. This is WNY News Now with live breaking news.
A push to clean up debris left behind following a massive fire at a former factory in Jamestown is underway, with the federal government now lending a hand. Thanks for joining us for WNY News Now, and we start with late breaking news. I'm Justin Gould. Our Bronson Rasmussen was among the first on the scene of this fire just over a month ago. He joins us now with a live update from the newsroom on the cleanup process. Bronson?
Justin, U.S. Senate Majority Leader Charles Schumer visited Jamestown this morning, saying the community has waited long enough as he pushes for federal funding to remove possibly hazardous debris following the Crawford Furniture Factory fire, which just happened 8 weeks ago today. Estimated to be a multi-million-dollar cleanup project, the U.S. Senator, in tandem with many local lawmakers, discussed a Superfund cleanup action spurred by the APA because remains of the structure is a big concern for public health.
They look at how dangerous it is. Here it is quite dangerous with the chemicals, the hazardous chemicals. They declare it a dangerous site, and then they come in and clean it up. And they're in the process of doing the first step right now. I just want to push them to get it done quickly and then get the money here ASAP.
The location was deemed structurally unsafe and on the verge of catastrophic collapse earlier this year by Jamestown's Department of Development. The Superfund tax will help speed up the cleanup process.
We've reinstated the Superfund tax, so once the EPA pays for it, they can go after the people who own the property, the people who were negligent and let the fire occur, and recoup the money, and they can sue them. That law had expired. We got it put back in place.
In addition to cleanup efforts, the owner will also be held accountable.
These programs will really help give municipalities like ours much needed resources that we just don't have to be able to protect sites like this, to remediate sites like this, and to go after these negligent property owners, which is our next task. That's something that we've been working on already. It is ultimately our goal to make sure that we hold the property owners accountable and liable for their willful neglect.
It is still unknown who or what sparked flames at the Crawford Furniture Factory site on Allen Street. However, investigators believe the fire did originate on the first floor of the building. Live in the newsroom, Bronson Rasmussen, WNY News Now.
All right, Bronson, thank you for that breaking news update. Well, an unsafe use of a heating lamp is blamed for starting a residential fire in northern Chautauqua County. Just before 8:30 Tuesday morning, the Ripley Fire Department, along with several other area crews, provided mutual aid and responded to a residential structure fire at 12 Loomis Street in Ripley. Since the fire was extinguished, the County Sheriff's Office fire investigation team determined its cause and origin. Investigators say the fire was caused by an unsafe use of a fuel oil heat source. That fire ruled accidental. Luckily, no injuries were sustained as a result. A Jamestown woman has pleaded guilty to selling fentanyl that led to a drug overdose death. The U.S. Attorney's Office announced Tuesday that Alicia Senti entered a guilty plea and faces a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison and a $1 million fine at sentencing. We reported last month that the 26-year-old was charged federally after it was alleged she conspired with others to peddle drugs in Jamestown between March 2020 and June of 2021. Specifically, on March 29th of 2020, Senti allegedly sold fentanyl, which resulted in a death. Additionally, she allegedly used residents on Fairview Avenue and Ronald Road to manufacture and distribute heroin, fentanyl, and methamphetamine within our community. Sentencing is scheduled for June 30th. Improved student safety measures could soon be coming to Jamestown Public Schools. In a way to alleviate worries surrounding safety, the district now working to roll out new and improved visitor policies. The policy will require any person looking to enter a school building during school hours to present a valid ID, as well as go through a few other checks before being permitted inside.
When any visitor, including parents and volunteers, wishes to enter any school building during school hours, he or she must present a valid state or government-issued photo ID, such as a valid driver's license. Prior to being admitted, the EVMS will check visitors, that's the electronic visitor monitoring system. EVMS will check visitors against known sexual offender databases. Once this visitor's ID is scanned, the EVMS will print a visitor's badge, which must be worn throughout the duration of the visit.
At the end of a visit, the visitor is expected to return that pass to the registration desk before leaving the building. In an instance that they couldn't present a valid ID or does not pass the EVMS sexual offender check, they won't be permitted to go into the school, or in some cases might be asked to leave the premises. Well, now let's get a first check of our weather forecast. Chief Forecaster Andrew Stevenson joining us live today from the First Defense Weather Center. And Andrew, one of the things I think noticeable about today is it seems like the cloud cover has returned in full force.
We'll probably consider it the calm before the storm because we got some rain on the way and we also got some snow on the way. I'll let you know how much snow we have in the way in the full forecast early. But first, let's start off with a live look at the Findlay Lake sky cam, which shows that cloud cover and plenty of cloud cover out there. It also shows some ducks enjoying the Findlay Lake out there. So at least the ducks like the clouds. I don't know about the rest of us. First Defense Doppler radar shows those clouds across Chautauqua, Cattaraugus County. We do have some sunshine trying to break out across Erie County, Pennsylvania, but at least the day will be dry, but not much sunshine to talk about. The Almanac, the high yesterday was 35 degrees. The low was 26. That's just a couple degrees above the average for this time of year. The record high today was 55, set back in 1975, and record low was a bone-chilling negative 14 degrees set back in 1981. So for the rest of the afternoon out there, mostly cloudy skies, limited sunshine. Temperatures will range from the mid to upper 30s to lower 40s across the region with a south wind of 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now we have some rain on the way tomorrow, and then we have some snow for Friday. I'll let you know how much snow we're going to get coming up in full forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, Andrew, say it ain't snow. Thank you. As we continue, Governor Kathy Hochul briefly hinting now on changing bail reform during her State of the State address. And later, parents of infants, you better listen up. A dangerous sleeping device has been recalled. Find out if this device is in your child's crib when we come back.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Have you ever wanted to live out your dreams? Hunt, fish, in all corners of the earth? Well, now's your chance. Follow Primitive Patriot Outdoors as we live out our dreams and show you how to live out yours through outdoor adventures. From Western New York to Africa to all corners of the earth, follow us on this adventure. It's an experience you've never seen before. Lead and Lures, Roku TV, channel 716.
Looking for a fair and honest auto mechanic? Look no further than DeWyas Auto Service. Located at 140 Main Street in Randolph, our family-owned business is ready for all of your automotive needs. From general service to more complex repairs, count on DeWyas Auto to keep you on the road. We not only keep your cars running smoothly, but also looking great with our expert detailing crew. Send us a message on Facebook or call us today at 716-358-2292 to set up an appointment. DeWyas Auto Service. Fair, honest, and the best prices guaranteed.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Football fans and just plain folks are continuing to show their love for Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin by donating to his toy drive for kids. Money has poured into the fundraiser since Hamlin's cardiac arrest last Monday, and organizers say donations have now topped $8.5 million. Hamlin started this toy drive last year as a way to give back to the community. More than $32,000 poured into the charity during Sunday's Bills game against the New England Patriots. Organizers thanked people who donated for their generosity and compassion. Well, at the New York State Capitol on Tuesday, Governor Kathy Hochul delivered her first State of the State address after she won election last fall. Our New York Capitol correspondent Elise Klein is breaking down some of the highlights.
Governor Kathy Hochul presides over the State Assembly and delivers her second State of the State address, where she pledges to address a range of issues, including housing, economic development, public safety, and mental health.
We will do the hard things, the necessary things to lift up and support New Yorkers and clear a path for them to realize the New York dream. That is my promise to the people of New York.
Of the many issues Hochul promises to address in her 4-year term, she highlights a few she considers top priority, including mental health and housing. In her address, she announced a $1 billion investment towards policy changes addressing mental health.
So I'm declaring the era of ignoring the needs of these individuals is over.
She also highlights housing as a top priority issue. Hochul proposes the New York Housing Compact, a goal to create 800,000 homes over the next 10 years. The New York Housing Compact intends to create new homes on a 3-year cycle that will apply to all municipalities upstate and downstate.
Too many people are struggling just to find a place to call home. And they're looking to us for bold leadership.
In Albany, Elise Klein, WNY News Now.
Elise, thank you. Now, during Governor Hochul's 2023 State of the State address, she did hint at talking about reforming bail reform in New York. In the address, Governor Hochul acknowledged that there has been no aspect of discussion around public safety more controversial than our state's bail reform. Specifically, local law enforcement officials have called for more judicial discretion in setting bail for crimes, basing determinations on a case-by-case basis rather than a broad standard. Now, Hochul did not specifically outline amendments she might consider, but instead doubled down on the intention of the law.
As with so much in politics today, the conversation quickly turns to a debate between two opposing camps with no common ground. But I believe there are several things we can agree upon. First, that the size of someone's bank account should not determine whether or not they sit in jail or go home, even before they've been convicted of a crime. That was the goal of bail reform. It was a righteous one, and I stand by it.
Governor Hochul says as leaders they cannot ignore that they hear so often from New Yorkers that crime is a top concern. She urges her partners in the legislature to have a thoughtful conversation during the budget process about improvements they can make to the law. Well, Fisher-Price reissued a recall Monday for a baby sleeper responsible for over 100 infant deaths. The initial recall of nearly 5 million rock-and-play sleepers came back in April 2019. After more than 30 infants died when they rolled from their backs onto their stomachs or sides while unrestrained. Since then, about 70 more deaths have been reported. The rock-and-play sleepers were sold between September 2009 and April of 2019 at major retailers including Walmart, Target, and Amazon. Consumers are urged to stop using the product immediately and contact Fisher-Price for a refund voucher. Well, coming up, flights across the nation, they were grounded today due to a computer glitch. We take a look at the efforts to get the planes back in the sky. And later, we meet a pup on a mission at Jamestown Middle Schools. But first, Andrew joins us with a full look at our weather ahead. Stay with us.
with coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
Slow down, and move over.
Move over.
When you see signs,
Lights,
Vests.
please give us some room.
slow down.
And move over.
When you need help,
It's our job
to help you.
to save you.
Despite the danger.
This danger is real.
Do your part.
Please
Slow down.
Slow down.
And move over.
move over.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
Fast, accurate, and every day. First Defense Weather.
Welcome back to WNY News Now at noon. Currently in downtown Jamestown, we are under cloudy skies. The temperature was 33 degrees at the Jamestown Airport as of the noon hour with a south wind of 8 miles per hour, and it feels like 26 degrees out there. Here's the weather headlines. This is what you need to know. It will remain dry through the rest of the afternoon into early tonight. And then a low pressure system that's going to move out up across Ohio and the Great Lakes will bring us widespread rain in tomorrow. A cold front associated with that low pressure system will move through Thursday night into Friday. That's going to switch over any rain and snow showers, and we're going to get some minor accumulation out of that from Friday. Then lake effect snow will set up later Friday and early Saturday, but the rest of the weekend will be drying out. Currently across the northeast, we have a warm front lifting through the region, but other than that, it is cloudy with just a few rain showers out there across Ohio. Those rain showers, light rain showers, will move through later into night. So let's time it out on a future look. Here's what we have for the next 48 hours. Future scan shows those clouds through the rest of the afternoon, maybe some peaks of sunshine. Cloudy skies stay with us through the night. Then a few light rain showers late tonight into early tomorrow morning, but the bulk of the widespread heavier rain will arrive later tomorrow afternoon, with some heavier downpours possible. That's going to last through the rest of tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night, and then that rain will switch over to snow and then lake effect snow for Friday with minor accumulations. Speaking of accumulations, this is what Future Scan is showing through Saturday morning. Generally maybe 1 to 2 inches across northwestern Pennsylvania, 2 to 4 inches of snow elsewhere, with the higher snowfall told those will be across the Chautauqua Ridge and near the lake shore. So not a lot of snow, just some minor accumulations that you might have to wipe off your car and maybe do a little bit of shoveling. Now the next 7 days from Ultimate Satellite Solutions, we warm up into the lower 40s tomorrow with that rain, but that cold front moves through Thursday night into Friday. It's going to drop temperatures down into the lower 30s for Friday, and then the mid 20s for Saturday with some light lake effect snow showers, but then high pressure will build back in for the rest of the weekend, will keep us dry through the rest of the weekend and warm us up into early next week before more rain arrives by next Tuesday.
All right, Andrew, thank you very much. And we have a promising update now to give you on Damar Hamlin, the Buffalo Bill, who was injured last Monday during a game in Cincinnati. He now has been released from the Buffalo General Medical Center and Gates Vascular Institute in Buffalo. The team tweeted that about an hour ago, announcing that he is headed home, which is wonderful news. They say that the physician and care team have completed a series of tests and evaluations and are confident that he can safely be discharged and continue his rehabilitation, of course, at home and with the Buffalo Bills. And you think about just a week ago how far this young man has come. It really is remarkable.
Well, now let's get some headlines from around the nation. And President Joe Biden says he was surprised when his personal lawyers told him they found government records back in November in the office in D.C. that he worked at during the Penn State Barron Center for Diplomacy and Global Engagement. He was an honorary professor there. Republican lawmakers are demanding answers, with the new GOP representative chairman of the House Intelligence Committee sending a letter to the Director of National Intelligence asking a review and damage assessment. Now, according to a source familiar with the matter, they found 10 documents which covered various subjects from Ukraine to Iran, the UK. Some Republicans are also saying that this matter is being dealt with differently than that of former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate, which were found to have documents last year. A spokesman for the White House's counsel office issued a statement saying that they are limited in what they can say due to the Justice Department's probe into the matter, and that further details may be shared in the future. Well, the FAA has lifted a ground stop that brought flights to a standstill for a couple of hours on Wednesday morning, just as airlines were getting back on track following recent holiday travel nightmares. Ivan Rodriguez has the latest from Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, one of the busiest in the country.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know we're all getting a little antsy as far as what is taking place. The FAA did just post that no U.S. departures will happen today until 9 a.m.
The Federal Aviation Administration halted all domestic flight departures across the U.S. Wednesday morning after its pre-flight information system went down. The NOTAMs, or Notice to Air Mission Systems, alerts pilots to real-time information on flight hazards and restrictions.
Every pilot, before he or she, as they're doing flight planning, they review the NOTAMs. These are abnormal things happening at an airport that happened too recently to get out the word by other means.
The outage forced airlines to cancel hundreds of flights. Thousands more were delayed, causing backups and frustrations at airports across the country during the morning travel rush.
She was like disappointed because it was delayed 2 hours. And now we're going to miss whatever we had planned for like right now.
While others took the news in stride.
Actually, my driver told me that everything was delayed, so I knew it was going to happen. So I'll have an extra cup of coffee and some breakfast. I'll be fine.
President Joe Biden said he was briefed on the outage and was in contact with Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg.
We don't know what the cause of it is. They expect that in a couple hours they'll have a good sense of the cause, and we'll respond at that time.
In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
The Mega Millions jackpot has soared to an estimated $1.35 billion, the second in the lottery's history, after no one won Tuesday's drawing. It comes after 25 consecutive drawings with no winner since October, believe it or not. The next drawing will be Friday, January 13th. That big jackpot prize will only be distributed to a winner who chooses an annuity paid over 29 years. Nearly all jackpot winners take a cash payout. For Friday night's drawing, that's nearly $708 million. The chance of winning a Mega Millions jackpot is a slim one, nearly $303 million. The game is played in 45 states, District of Columbia, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Well, coming up next, we meet Coco, the new therapy school students in Jamestown.
WNY News Now is covering stories that matter to you.
This year's theme, Fire Won't Wait, Plan Your Escape, focuses on the importance of knowing your way out of a home or business in the event that a fire were to break out.
The Hullo Summer Festival in downtown Jamestown, and as you mentioned, the whole goal of this is to connect Jamestown's kids with things to do over the summer.
WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
I know what you're thinking. I need a job. I need a new career.
Well, I've been there.
I've been there.
I've been there. I wasn't happy with what I was doing.
After high school, I didn't have a plan.
I just wanted to start working. I got laid off twice, but you got to keep going.
You just need the right skills. Find an apprenticeship.
I found a 2-year IT program.
I found a medical course online.
I'm now a consultant in the tech space.
You have more options than you think. You can do this.
You will find something.
You will find something new.
Have you ever wanted to live out your dreams? Hunt, fish, in all corners of the earth? Well, now's your chance. Follow Primitive Patriot Outdoors as we live out our dreams and show you how to live out yours through outdoor adventures. From Western New York to Africa to all corners of the earth, follow us on this adventure. It's an experience you've never seen before. Lead and Lures, Roku TV, Channel 716.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
A new therapy dog will soon roam the halls of Jefferson Middle School here in Jamestown. Our Alyssa Wright spoke to the owner of this helpful pooch to find out what she's doing for students. Alyssa?
Justin, during a Jamestown Board of Education meeting last night, the district officially met Coco, who is a chocolate lab who just completed her certification.
Coco is our therapy dog. My husband and I adopted her when she was 6 weeks old. So with the sole purpose of, I've always wanted to do this. I've always wanted to have a therapy dog at school. They can be such a tremendous benefit for our kids.
Jefferson Middle School principal Leslie Melquist had this career path picked out for Coco.
She hangs out with them. She will sit next to them. They'll read to her. If they're struggling emotionally, she has the amazing ability to just help them calm right down.
Coco was introduced to the students right before Christmas break, and she was met with overall positivity.
They walk with her. We'll take her outside for some fresh air, which gives them fresh air too. It's a win-win for everyone right now. So.
Not only does she offer emotional support to the students, Coco also teaches responsibility.
So she walks all over with us, and so she knows the school inside and out, and when the kids are in the hall, she's getting mauled by the kids, and she just loves it.
Implementing a therapy dog, such as Coco, in schools can do great things for the mental health and morale of students and staff.
New research around the therapy dogs actually shows that they provide they can help decrease the levels of stress within kids, and anyone for that matter, more than an actual intense specified therapy session.
Principal Melquist believes that nothing compares to having connections like what Coco brings.
It's just the natural component of a living creature helping out another, living person.
In the end, the vote to welcome Coco was, of course, unanimous.
Oh, yeah. How could you say no to that ball of cuteness? And thank you, Alyssa, for that. It's so great, and you look at the benefits, like it was mentioned, of these kids just having a floof to pet. It's so cool, and I don't have pets at home, unfortunately, because I can't in my apartment. I really would love a dog, but... So hint, hint, nudge, nudge. I don't think you're listening. But on that point, it's like you do feel better, I think, when you're petting a dog or a cat. Sometimes I think dogs may be better than cats because they can get a little toot every now and then. But it's really a real science. Like you pet an animal and they make your day better. It's so interesting.
And now, of course, scientists are conducting more studies to figure out, like Leslie was talking about. The therapy dog, one session with a therapy dog can equal 2 sessions, intensive sessions, with a human therapist.
Really? Wow.
The benefits are absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and you look at it, a lot of these kids, they might be coming from tough situations. So sometimes you just need to have a smile on your face. And we as humans, it's difficult, especially I'm sure with the little kids, to say, or even teenagers, to say what's your problem? What's wrong here? And the dog doesn't discriminate against you. They'll love you no matter who you are. So
that's why Leslie brought Coco in right before the holiday break, because she mentioned it can be really tough for a lot of kids. You don't know someone's background, where they're going to go for the holidays. So having someone to kind of comfort you right before something that could be potentially very stressful was really great for the kids.
Yeah, and I wonder even too on the point of getting kids back to school, Coco's gonna be there, so you're gonna want to go hang out with her.
Oh, definitely. I know if there was a dog at my school, I'd be coming every day.
Oh gosh, I wish we had a dog here in studio, that's for sure. Alyssa, thank you very much for that story. That is gonna do it for us today. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. We'll leave you with this live look over Lakeside Park in Mayville. Have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow, live at noon.